Have you ever thought that something as simple as your morning coffee could be quietly affecting your health after the age of 60? For many of us, that first cup feels like a daily ritual, a source of comfort, or even a little boost to get through the day. But what if I told you that not every cup is the same? Some types of coffee can place unnecessary stress on your heart, your sleep, and even your digestion, while others can actually support your memory, protect your body, and help you feel more energetic and balanced. At this stage of life, when the body's needs change, paying attention to these details isn't just important, it's essential. Too often, we dismiss fatigue, trouble sleeping, or stomach discomfort as just part of getting older, without realizing that small daily habits may be making things worse. Coffee is one of those habits. It can either be your ally or quietly work against you, depending on the choices you make. That's why today's video is so important. Stay with us until the very end, because we're going to uncover the 4 types of coffee that may be harming your health after 60, and also highlight the 4 kinds that can truly do you good. This isn't about giving up coffee. It's about enjoying it in a smarter, healthier way that fits your stage of life. Coffee is often seen as a universal pick-me-up, but for people over 60, it can become a double-edged sword. What once felt like a harmless daily ritual can suddenly start showing its hidden side effects. The body changes as we age, our metabolism slows down, our heart and blood vessels become more sensitive, and our ability to tolerate strong stimulants like caffeine is reduced. That means the coffee you enjoyed in your 40s or 50s without any problem might suddenly trigger a racing heartbeat, jitters, or a restless night of sleep once you're in your 60s. One of the first things to understand is that not all coffee is created equal. The way beans are grown, processed, roasted, and even brewed can make a big difference in how your body reacts to it. For older adults, the concern isn't simply caffeine alone, but also acidity, additives, brewing strength, and hidden sugars that often sneak into coffee habits. These details matter because they can directly influence blood pressure, digestion, hydration, and even bone health. Take, for example, the common complaint of heartburn or acid reflux. Many older adults notice that coffee seems to make this worse, leaving them with burning discomfort after just a few sips. That's because certain types of coffee, especially dark roasts or those brewed very strong, are naturally high in acidity. This acidity irritates the lining of the stomach, and for people whose digestion is already more delicate with age, the result can be days of discomfort. Sleep is another major concern. While younger people may shrug off an extra cup of coffee late in the day, older adults often find that even a small dose of caffeine lingers in their system for hours. The result is lighter sleep, waking up multiple times at night, or struggling to fall asleep in the first place. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired the next day. It impacts memory, mood, balance, and even the body's ability to heal. All of these are vital concerns for those over 60. On the other side of the coin, coffee can also provide real benefits when chosen wisely. Certain varieties and brewing methods bring antioxidants, gentle energy, and even compounds that support brain and heart health. For instance, some types of lighter roast coffees contain higher levels of antioxidants, which may help the body fight inflammation. There are also low-acid coffees designed specifically for sensitive stomachs, which can make enjoying coffee more comfortable and sustainable over the long term. But the real challenge is separating the coffees that can silently harm you from those that actually support your well-being. It's not always obvious, and many people fall into the trap of assuming all coffee is the same. They may continue drinking the same strong espresso shots they loved for decades, not realizing that their blood pressure spikes afterwards. Or they may switch to instant coffee for convenience, unaware that some brands are loaded with chemicals and poor quality beans. The purpose of this video is not to tell you to give up coffee. Instead, it's to help you see the big picture. Coffee can either be a gentle friend or a hidden enemy, depending on the choices you make. Once you know the 4 types that are better avoided and the 4 that can bring you health benefits, you'll feel empowered to enjoy your cup with more confidence and less worry. And let's be honest, coffee is more than just a drink. It's part of your routine, your social life, and even your sense of comfort. That's why it's so important to approach this topic with clarity. We're not taking away a source of joy. We're showing how you can keep it, but in a way that truly supports your health after 60. To truly understand the impact of coffee on your health after 60, it helps to look at what is happening inside your body. Coffee is not just a drink. It is a complex mixture of hundreds of compounds that can either soothe or stress your system depending on how your body processes them. Caffeine is the most obvious element. It acts as a stimulant on the central nervous system, making you feel more awake, alert, and energized. For someone younger, that can feel like a helpful boost. But as you age, your liver processes caffeine more slowly, and the sensitivity of your nervous system increases. What this means is that the same cup of coffee can feel twice as strong as it used to, lingering longer in your system and interfering with the natural balance of your body. Another factor is acidity. Coffee naturally contains organic acids that give it its bold flavor. While this is part of what makes coffee taste so rich, it can also irritate the lining of the stomach, contribute to reflux, and cause discomfort for those with more delicate digestion. After 60, many people already struggle with changes in digestive function, slower digestion, increased sensitivity, or conditions like gastritis. Adding a highly acidic beverage on top of that can magnify discomfort. Beyond caffeine and acidity, there are additives to consider. Many coffees, especially instant varieties or those sold in ready-to-drink bottles, contain added sugars, artificial flavors, and even preservatives. These hidden ingredients may not seem like much in a single serving, but consumed daily, they contribute to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, and even higher risk of conditions such as diabetes or cardiovascular disease. For an older adult who may already be managing these conditions, coffee with additives becomes more of a health risk than a simple pleasure. There is also the question of hydration. Coffee has a mild diuretic effect, which means it can increase urination. For someone already at risk of dehydration, this can be a problem. After 60, the body naturally loses some of its ability to regulate fluids, and many older adults don't feel as thirsty as they used to. Drinking coffee without enough water on the side can worsen dehydration, leading to fatigue, dizziness, and even problems with balance. On the positive side, coffee is also rich in antioxidants. These are natural compounds that help fight inflammation and protect your cells from damage. In fact, coffee is one of the largest sources of antioxidants in many people's diets. These antioxidants may help protect the brain, support heart health, and even reduce the risk of certain age-related diseases. The key, however, is choosing the right type of coffee and consuming it in a way that maximizes the benefits without triggering the downsides. The way coffee is brewed also makes a big difference. For example, unfiltered coffee, such as the kind made in a French press, contains certain oils called diterpenes. These compounds can raise cholesterol levels if consumed regularly. In contrast, filtered coffee, like drip-brewed coffee, removes most of these oils and is generally gentler on your heart. For older adults watching their cholesterol, this distinction matters more than most people realize. There is also the issue of portion size. A single cup of coffee may not cause much trouble, but large servings, especially specialty coffees sold in cafes, often contain the caffeine equivalent of 3 or 4 cups in one. Drinking this much caffeine at once can overwhelm your system, raise your heart rate, and leave you feeling anxious or shaky. After 60, the body does not rebound as quickly from these effects, which is why moderation is so important. So when we talk about 4 coffees that harm and 4 that help, we are really talking about this balance between the compounds in coffee, the way it is prepared, and how your body responds at this stage of life. Understanding this balance gives you the power to make smarter choices. Rather than giving up coffee altogether, you can simply shift toward the types that work with your body, not against it. At the end of the day, coffee can either contribute to better mornings, sharper focus, and a healthier heart, or it can quietly increase the risks you already face as you get older. The difference is not luck, but knowledge. And that is exactly what we are going to explore in the next chapters. The real impact of harmful coffees on your body and emotions, and the practical steps you can take to protect your health while still enjoying this beloved daily ritual. The effects of coffee after 60 are not limited to physical changes in the body. They ripple into daily life, shaping how you feel, how you sleep, and even how you interact with others. On the physical side, harmful types of coffee can trigger noticeable discomforts. A strong, highly caffeinated cup may cause a rapid heartbeat or palpitations, leaving you feeling unsettled rather than energized. For those with sensitive digestion, acidic coffee can bring burning sensations, bloating, or nausea. These symptoms, even if mild, add up over time and can make something as simple as enjoying breakfast feel stressful. Sleep is another major area of impact. Poor sleep caused by late-day caffeine often leads to grogginess, forgetfulness, and irritability. Instead of feeling refreshed, you wake up tired, which can affect balance, mood, and motivation to stay active. Over the long term, disrupted sleep weakens memory and concentration, making daily tasks harder to manage. For many older adults, this loss of control can be deeply frustrating. Emotionally, the consequences are just as significant. Drinking coffee that doesn't sit well with your body can create cycles of anxiety or unease. Some people feel jittery or restless, which undermines the sense of calm that coffee is supposed to bring. Others may notice that they feel guilty for drinking coffee at all, worried that it is harming their health. This guilt, combined with physical discomfort, can turn an enjoyable ritual into a source of stress. On the other hand, when the right coffee is chosen, the impact is uplifting. A gentle, low-acid coffee enjoyed in moderation can boost alertness, improve mood, and even spark pleasant social moments. The warmth of a healthy cup shared with friends or family can bring comfort, routine, and connection. These emotional benefits show that coffee is more than a beverage, it is an experience. The goal is to preserve this joy while removing the hidden burdens. When it comes to coffee and aging, myths are everywhere. Some of these beliefs keep people from enjoying coffee when they actually could, while others make them overlook real risks. One common myth is that all coffee is bad for the heart. The truth is more nuanced. Excessive amounts of unfiltered or overly strong coffee can put stress on the cardiovascular system, but moderate amounts of filtered coffee may actually protect heart health thanks to its antioxidants. The key is not to avoid coffee altogether, but to choose the right type and quantity. Another widespread belief is that decaffeinated coffee is completely free of caffeine. While it does contain far less, most decaf still carries a small amount of caffeine, enough to disturb sleep in those who are very sensitive. That means, if you're drinking decaf late at night and still find yourself awake, it may be the leftover caffeine at work. Choosing a truly low-caffeine option or herbal alternatives in the evening can be a smarter approach. There is also the idea that darker roasts are always stronger. In reality, lighter roasts often contain slightly more caffeine than very dark ones, since the roasting process burns some of the caffeine away. What makes dark roasts feel strong is the bold flavor, not necessarily the stimulant effect. Understanding this helps you make better choices without falling into assumptions that might not match your body's needs. A particularly damaging myth is that instant coffee is just as healthy as freshly brewed coffee. While it is convenient, many instant coffees are made with lower quality beans and may contain additives. This doesn't mean all instant coffee is harmful, but it does mean that reading labels and choosing trusted brands matters more than people realize. Finally, some believe that coffee always dehydrates the body. While it is true that coffee has a mild diuretic effect, moderate coffee drinking does not necessarily cause dehydration if balanced with enough water. Problems occur when coffee replaces water entirely, rather than being enjoyed alongside it. By clearing away these myths, older adults can make decisions based on facts, not fears or outdated assumptions. Coffee can remain part of life after 60, but only when approached with clarity and moderation. When it comes to protecting your health after 60, the goal is not to abandon coffee, but to make it work for you instead of against you. Practical solutions and simple habits can transform your daily cup into a source of comfort and even health benefits, rather than risk. The first and perhaps most important step is choosing quality coffee. Look for beans that are organic or grown without pesticides, as these reduce exposure to chemicals that can irritate the body. Opting for freshly ground beans instead of pre-ground varieties can also make a difference, since fresher coffee tends to be lower in certain compounds that increase acidity. Another smart adjustment is considering the roast level. If you often struggle with stomach issues, choosing a medium or light roast may help, since these can contain more antioxidants while still being gentler on digestion compared to very dark roasts. If acidity remains a problem, low-acid coffee varieties are widely available today and can reduce reflux and irritation. These small shifts can allow you to enjoy coffee without the uncomfortable side effects. The method of brewing also plays a role. Drip brewed or filtered coffee is often better for older adults because the filter removes oils that can raise cholesterol. If you enjoy using a French press or espresso machine, balance it by alternating with filtered coffee during the week. This way, you can still savor the rich flavors without overloading your system with compounds that may stress your heart. Caffeine timing is another crucial habit. Many older adults find that drinking coffee in the afternoon or evening interferes with sleep. A simple solution is to set a personal coffee cutoff time, usually around noon or early afternoon. This allows the body enough hours to process caffeine before bedtime, leading to more restful nights. For those who still crave the ritual later in the day, decaf or caffeine-free herbal coffees can be a satisfying alternative. Moderation is also key. Instead of drinking large cafe-sized cups, aim for smaller servings spread throughout the morning. A smaller, gentler cup provides the energy boost without overwhelming your system. This is especially helpful for those who notice a racing heart or jittery feelings after coffee. Pairing your coffee with food, like a balanced breakfast or a light snack, can also soften its impact on digestion and blood sugar. Hydration should never be overlooked. For every cup of coffee, try to drink an equal amount of water. This simple habit helps prevent dehydration and supports kidney and bladder health. Carrying a reusable water bottle and keeping it near you while you enjoy your coffee is an easy way to build this into your routine. Sugar and additives are another area where changes make a big impact. Many people are used to adding spoonfuls of sugar, flavored syrups, or heavy cream to their coffee. Over time, this adds unnecessary calories and puts strain on blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Instead, experiment with alternatives like cinnamon, unsweetened almond milk, or just gradually reducing the amount of sweetener you use. Your taste buds will adjust, and you may find that you enjoy the natural flavors of the coffee more than you expected. Another practical solution is paying attention to your body's signals. Not everyone reacts to coffee the same way, and your own tolerance may change over time. If you notice symptoms like dizziness, stomach discomfort, or sleep problems, take it as useful feedback and adjust your habits. Sometimes switching to a different roast, reducing the serving size, or changing the time of day is all it takes to feel better. Social and emotional habits also matter. Coffee is often tied to social connections, whether it's catching up with friends, enjoying time with family, or savoring a quiet moment for yourself. Preserving this ritual in a healthy way can be uplifting. Consider inviting a friend for a mid-morning coffee walk instead of an evening coffee chat, or pairing your cup with conversation rather than sugary pastries. This way, coffee becomes part of a broader lifestyle that supports health and joy rather than undermining it. Lastly, it's wise to know when to seek professional guidance. If you have conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or digestive disorders, talk to your doctor about your coffee habits. They can help you understand how caffeine and acidity interact with your medications or health needs. This doesn't mean you must give up coffee entirely. It simply ensures that your choices are tailored to your personal situation. By applying these practical steps, choosing quality beans, adjusting roast levels, moderating caffeine, balancing hydration, cutting excess sugar, and respecting your body's feedback, you can keep coffee as a positive part of your daily life. Instead of being a hidden source of harm, it becomes a balanced ritual that supports both physical well-being and emotional satisfaction. Coffee, after all, is not just a drink. It is a habit woven into your lifestyle. With a few adjustments, it can remain a source of comfort and energy well into your later years. Aging does not mean giving up the small pleasures that bring joy and comfort. Coffee is one of those pleasures, and with the right knowledge, it can continue to be part of your mornings and gatherings for years to come. What matters most after 60 is balance. The body changes, but those changes do not have to limit your quality of life. Instead, they invite you to make wiser choices that honor both your health and your happiness. Think about what coffee represents for you. It may be the warmth of holding a cup while watching the sunrise, the laughter shared with friends over a cafe table, or the comfort of a familiar routine. None of that has to disappear. By knowing which coffees to avoid and which to embrace, you are simply making adjustments that protect your heart, support your digestion, and help you sleep better. These changes allow you to enjoy coffee without fear, guilt, or discomfort. It is easy to feel discouraged when faced with health advice that seems to take away things you love. But this is not about restriction. It is about empowerment. You are choosing to adapt, not to give up. And that is a powerful message for anyone navigating life after 60. Your daily rituals, like coffee, can still bring energy, connection, and joy, only now they will do so with your well-being in mind. So let this message encourage you. Every sip can be a reminder that you are in control of your health and your choices. Aging is not about losing, it is about living with awareness, dignity, and purpose. If coffee is part of your story, make it a story that supports your vitality instead of draining it. If this video helped you see coffee in a new light, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Share in the comments where you are watching from and what your coffee habits look like today. And most importantly, share this video with someone in your life who might benefit from rethinking their daily cup. Together, we can make aging a journey of health, balance, and joy.